Hello again, everybody. Joe Piscopo, HBO Sports. The big story. Racing, track and field. Fastest human. Carl Lewis. Awesome athlete. Gold medals. World records. Today, his biggest challenge. East German, Russian, faith healer. Let's take a look. Can the world's greatest faith healer, Reverend Jimmy, heal this man and make him walk cross finish line before Carl Lewis? What's the story, Reverend?
The story is quite simple, Joseph. The Lord works through Reverend Jimmy, out his hand, and into whatever poor, wretched, decrepit subject is sitting there.
Mind if I talk to the guy for a second, Reverend?
Be my guest.
Hey, pal, come on. You think you could really beat Carl Lewis?
Yes.
Let's get Carl Lewis's reaction. Carl, the Reverend says he can beat you. What's the story?
Ooh, the Reverend down there.
Reverend Jimmy, that's right.
Hey, man, I'm Carl Lewis, man. How the Reverend go? He gonna hear this person make him beat me? I'm the fastest man in the world. I've raced horses, man. How this man in a wheelchair gonna beat me? I'm Carl Lewis. These people know. How this man gonna beat me? I'm Carl Lewis, man. I've raced horses. I'm the fastest man in the world. I am the fastest man in the world, Joe Piscopo.
You're the fastest man in the world.
In the world. I can't believe he came out here with a person inside a wheelchair to try to beat Carl Lewis. I am Carl Lewis, man. You know Carl Lewis? That's me. Carl Lewis, I'm fast. No man can beat me.
Carl, the Reverend is a man of the cloth. He says God is on his side.
I can run faster than God. Can God run 108 seconds? No. If he can't, let him come down and do it. I'm Carl Lewis. I have raced airplanes. I have seen planes flying over and started running and beat planes. I ran from New York to California in 5 hours. I'm Carl Lewis. Over water and whatnot. I'm bad, man.
Well, Carl, why are you...
Carl Lewis.
Why are you
Lewis, man. CL.
Carl, today's race. What have you got to prove?
Look, man, anybody want to race Carl Lewis, they can race Carl Lewis. You can come over and say, hey, man, let's race, I'll race you. And this person said, let's race, so I'm going to race him. Because I'm the fastest man in the world. I'm Carl Lewis.
Carl, good luck.
I'm Carl Lewis.
The crowd's psyched. Carl's loose. The Reverend's ready. They're off.
Now, boy, you can do it. I can feel it in my bones. You're gonna do it, boy. You're gonna walk. You're gonna get out of that chair, and you're gonna walk as graceful as a gazelle. Now I said, you do it because the Lord is on your side. Walk, boy. Did you hear what Reverend Jimmy said? I said, walk, boy, to get out of that chair. Didn't I tell you to walk? The Lord is watching you. Want to be your sister? Huh? Right now. Walk! Walk, boy! That's it, boy. He's doing it now. You see? He's walking. Didn't I tell you, Reverend Jimmy, make him walk? Now, boy, break that thing. Break it. Break that mother.
Winner, Carl Lewis. Easy.
I'm healed. You're healed, but you a loser, boy. You a yo-yo. Go back, sit in your chair.
Hey, Carl. As usual, awesome. What's the story?
Well, I had to slow down a little bit over on the other side because my feet was about to burst into flames, and that happened before. I don't want that to happen because the track would have caught fire and killed the man in the wheelchair.
But, Carl, you put Reverend Jimmy away. Do you feel good?
Yeah, I feel real good. I knew what was going to happen before the race. I told you I'm Carl Lewis. I don't lose races. I'm very fast, very quick. My feet still feel hot.
The world's fastest human, and here comes Reverend Jimmy. Reverend, if you could just come right in here, how do you feel about that? Carl Lewis kind of blew you away, huh?
Well, first of all, I'd like to congratulate Mr. Carl Lewis on running a fine race. He's a very fast human being, but it was a fake.
What you talking about is a fake? I'm Carl Lewis. I was really running fast.
Carl Lewis, I'm not saying you're fake, but when this man's agent told me he was in a wheelchair, I knew the man couldn't walk, but what he neglected to tell me is that the man was suffering from an internal bleeding. Now, if I had known that, I would have healed the bleeding first, then healed the walking, and it would have been no contest. So I would...
Sounds like a rematch to me, Carl. What do you got to say about that?
You try to steal my glory, man. That was a fair race, man. That bleeding ain't got nothing to do with people running. Once I raced a cheetah, and right before we ran, the cheetah bit me, and I ran the race while bleeding profusely. Don't you tell me that bleed has something to do with it. I have been running, bleeding all my life. I've always bled before races. It's just I can bleed and run at the same time. Don't you tell me this man is bleeding so he can't run.
He's Carl Lewis.
I'm Carl Lewis.
Well, it looks like we may have a rematch, ladies and gentlemen. Exciting, thrilling, ridiculous. This is Joe Piscopo, HBO Sports.
I'm a good man.
Hold down, guys.